Hey besties, welcome back to the film Frontline. Today, we are talking about a cinematic event that has been dominating the timelines and, frankly, living rent-free in my mind. It has been 4 years since we last saw the undisputed King of Birmingham, but the flat caps are officially back. Netflix just dropped the finale event of the decade, Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man. Cillian Murphy is back as Tommy Shelby, but if you think this is just another victory lap for our favorite problematic patriarch, you are in for a brutal reality check. We are doing a massive deep dive today, breaking down every gritty detail, the character arcs, the toxic family dynamics, and what this means for the future of the franchise. Grab your iced coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Let's set the scene. We have time jumped 7 years. It's 1940, we are smack in the middle of World War II, and Tommy Shelby has completely lost his main character energy. Our boy has gone fully gray, living in a literal haunted mansion with Johnny dogs, and writing a book to intellectualize his severe PTSD. He is haunted by flashbacks from Flanders and seeing visions of his late daughter Ruby. This isn't the stoic, calculating boss we know. This is a man completely unspooling. Honestly, it's a brilliant pivot. The writers aren't gatekeeping his trauma anymore. They are putting his mental health front and center, showing the absolute devastating cost of his lifestyle. But nature abhors a vacuum, right? While Tommy is deep in his isolation era, his illegitimate son, Duke, played by the endlessly captivating Barry Keoghan, is trying to step up. Duke is out in Birmingham trying to emulate his father, but he's doing it all wrong. He's got the look, the coat, the attitude, but zero of the underlying principles. He's out here stealing from the community and cozying up to the highest bidder, which in 1940 happens to be the fascists. Yikes. Barry Keoghan absolutely devours this role. He nails those puppy dog eyes hiding a deeply chaotic, violent core. The father-son dynamic here is the definition of toxic. Duke is literally begging for validation from a ghost of a father, and it pushes him right into the arms of our new big bad. Speaking of the villain, enter Tim Roth playing Beckett. He's an ex-British cavalryman teaming up with the Nazis to completely tank the English economy using forged banknotes. He promises Duke 70 million pounds and the father figure mentorship he's been starved of. Tim Roth is serving pure, unadulterated menace. He has this eerie, chilling cadence to his voice that makes him one of the most memorable antagonists in Peaky history. You will absolutely hate him, which means Roth did his job perfectly. Now, let's talk about the women of this universe, because we all know they are the actual glue holding the Shelby empire together. With Tommy out of the picture, Ada, played by Sophie Rundle, is working overtime as a local member of parliament, trying to keep the family name out of the mud. We love a woman in power cleaning up the men's messes. And then we have Rebecca Ferguson joining the cast as Cowlow, an enigmatic force who essentially lures Tommy out of his depressive sabbatical and back into the fight. The film actually takes its sweet time getting Tommy back in the iconic coat and cap. It makes you wait nearly an hour, but once Ferguson's character pushes him back into the fray, the payoff is immense. Seeing Cillian Murphy ride a black horse down the streets of Birmingham with a punk rock soundtrack blaring, absolute cinema. Let's break down the pros and cons, because while this movie is a total visual feast, it's not without its flaws. On the pro side, the performances are top tier. Cillian Murphy is delivering a masterclass in nuanced, tortured acting. The climax in Liverpool is brilliantly high stakes, featuring a stunning underwater action sequence and a brutal, muddy pigsty brawl between Tommy and Duke that perfectly encapsulates their messy relationship. The cinematography is as gorgeous and atmospheric as ever. On the con side, the pacing in the first half is undeniably slow. We linger a bit too long in Tommy's misery before the plot actually kicks into gear. Also, the legendary Stephen Graham is back as Hayden Stagg, but he is criminally underutilized. Give this man more screen time. Furthermore, the dialogue between Tommy and Duke sometimes feels a little too heavy-handed and literal. We get it. You guys have issues. You don't need to spell it out in every single scene. Industry implication time. This movie clearly serves as a backdoor pilot. The way they position Barry Keoghan against the backdrop of a booming fascist movement isn't just for this film, it's laying the groundwork for Netflix to expand the Shelby universe into a full-blown 1940s wartime syndicate without Cillian Murphy carrying the entire franchise. And fan theories are already spiraling that Hayden Stagg's brief appearance is actually an Easter egg set up for a Liverpool-based spin-off. They wouldn't bring Stephen Graham back just to sideline him unless there was a much bigger multi-project contract in play. Now it is time for the Film Frontline opinion. Here is my unfiltered take. Peaky Blinders, The Immoral Man is a stunning, devastating piece of work, but it feels incredibly heavy. As a fan, part of the thrill of this franchise was the swagger, the untouchable nature of the Shelby family conquering their enemies. This movie strips all of that away. It reminds us that Tommy is a fundamentally broken man who doesn't even want to be fighting anymore. It's a brave choice by director Tom Harper and writer Stephen Knight, shifting the genre from a slick gangster epic to a grim wartime psychological thriller. But because Tommy is so desperate for an exit, the final victories just don't feel as triumphant. It feels like a definitive end of an era, a final, necessary hurrah for the old guard, and a brutal passing of the torch. It is essential viewing, but it will leave you needing a serious emotional recovery day. So that brings me to my question for all of you. With Tommy Shelby finally facing the demons of his past and the franchise clearly setting up Duke to take the reins, do you think Barry Keoghan has what it takes to carry a Peaky Blinders spinoff, or should the legacy end right here with Cillian Murphy? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below. I want to read all of them. And if you loved this breakdown, you know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the Film Frontline community. We are breaking down all the biggest releases, and you do not want to miss what we have coming up next. Stay fierce, and I will see you in the next video.